and welcome back to Style with Substance, and welcome to my March favourites video. I haven't done a favourites video in a while because I haven't been trying a lot of new products, but it's April now, it's my birthday month, so I figured I should run you guys through some of the items that I've been loving and using, I guess, for the last 2 months. So if you like the sound of that, then please keep watching. So the first item is something that I've included in one of my vlogs, and I have a new vlog channel, by the way, so if you guys haven't subscribed yet, then head on over to Style with Substance vlogs and subscribe to my new channel. That's where I'll be posting all my vlogs moving forward, so any daily vlogs, any wedding vlogs, anything at all will be all on my new channel. But I picked up this bad boy in one of those vlogs. I think it was during the, I want to say, Christmas period, and I apologise, it keeps washing me out, but it's this pink planner from Paper Chase, which I love because of the colour. I'm not a huge fan of the colour pink, I'm going to be honest, I haven't always been, but I quite like this fluorescent style colour, and if I'm going to go for a pink, I go for a really bright hot pink one, because everything else in my wardrobe tends to be pretty bland. But I tend to jazz things up with pops of colour like this. But I just quite like how it has sort of pockets on the inside, and you can stick, like, it's got this like today, like to-do list type functionality there. It's got some pockets here, so you can like slip like little bits of paper in there. You can see I've used this bit here as well, so you can put more bits of paper in there. And it's kind of your standard planner, so it sort of goes through the days, and also at the back there is more of a, there's different tabs. So this tab is like a to-do list tab, so I've got my 2016 goals on there, and there's a section for meeting notes, and then just loads of other random placeholders there. So yeah, this was from Paper Chase. This was £11, I think, and it's nice and big, so I feel like I need to make notes in it, otherwise I'm not really making use of it. But this has been a constant feature in my bag for the whole of, I'm going to say a bit of February and March, I don't quite remember. But this planner, I organise my life with this bad boy, essentially. This is what I've been using. Another random thing, which I never really talk about because I generally tend to keep it beauty and lifestyle and other type things, but is my favourite cereal. So I like things that are crunchy. So Fruit and Fibre does the job. I used to get the Kellogg's brand, I think it is, but I just get this Asda and pretty basic Asda Chosen by You brand. It's got all the usual stuff, so your bananas, coconut flakes, apple bits, dried raisins, and it's really tasty, and it's very cheap as well. Another thing that I've really grown to love, actually, and I feel quite bad in saying this because I remember when I vlogged, I was doing Vlogmas, and I vlogged about getting this in a pack of, well, it's kind of a set, it's like a River Island, so this is a River Island body lotion or hand lotion, but I got it in a set with a fragrance as well, and I was kind of saying I didn't really like the scent of the fragrance, and therefore I wouldn't really like this because it's the same scent, but it's actually really grown on me. Just for the smell though, the lotion itself doesn't really stick around for long. It's almost like a film, like a very surface layer moisturiser, whereas I tend to prefer something that kind of really absorbs into your skin and gives you long-lasting moisture. But this is pretty good for what it is. It's called the Paris by Night River Island body lotion, and I just use it as a hand cream, so I just keep it in my bag. But the packaging is beautiful. I like the black and gold. It's really nice. So loving that. Another thing I've been using pretty much every day and forms part of my everyday makeup routine is this MAC mineralized blush in Love Thing. So it's A34. It's the perfect pink for my skin tone, and it's got a little bit of shimmer with it as well. I'm wearing it now, so when I mix it in with my highlight, it really blends quite well, and I think it's quite summery, to be honest, but I've been wearing it all through winter. I'll probably wear it all throughout the year because it's almost the only blush that I have that I can use. Speaking of blushes, another blush I have, which I haven't been using as a blush, is this one from Milani. It's a baked powder blush in the colour Luminoso. This is another one of those YouTube made me do it ones. So I bought this thinking, yeah, that's a good blush colour for me. Actually just shows up quite ashy and white, but when I use it as an eyeshadow, it works beautifully. So I've been using this just on the lids, on my eyelids, as part of my everyday look, and it works really well there. Got it on today as well. So I've been using these two every day, and they form part of my like work makeup look. So been loving those two. Another thing on the work front is this gorgeous new notebook that I got. I think it's made by a company called Rolo. I don't know if they're supposed to be good quality ones or not, but it really is good quality. It's kind of a branded item that I got from work. That they ordered a batch of them to give away to like clients, but we got some free ones because we're in marketing, and you'll see that there is some initial writing in it. I've started this new thing which is called an as if journal. So I would write in this almost like you'd write in a diary, but you write about your life as if it's your real life. So you write about, you almost picture your day in your dream ideal day, and you essentially write it out as a diary. So you know, if you want to be like a full-time model or something, you'd write in it as if you just kind of had a really good day, like a really good shoot, you know, you've met a really nice photographer, blah 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 blah. It's kind of like a dream book almost, like you write all your dreams down in here. And there's something about committing something to writing that makes it start to materialize. I found that whenever I write down my goals, I achieve them. Whenever I write something down that I really want, it tends to happen. I don't know what it is about writing things down on paper, but I've been trying it with this gorgeous notebook, and it's been really enjoyable. It's been really fun. So that's what I've been using as my as if journal. I got the idea from a book by a lady called Ivy Ejam. She is I found her on Instagram. I don't really know. I think she's an entrepreneur essentially, but she wrote this book called Minding Her Business, and she's talking about all of the things that a young modern woman should do in this day and age to kind of help you lead a more successful and positive life. And this was one of the really good things that I got from that. Another thing I've been loving loads is my Paco Rabanne Olympia perfume. I've been using lots of different perfumes, but this is the one I've been gravitating towards most. I don't know why, probably because the scent is quite feminine, and you know, who doesn't want to smell girly? I use this generally if I'm going to church or if I'm going to see family, because the scent's not too strong, so it's not too overpowering for that. So been using a lot of that. I've also been using a lot of my MAC Dip Down for my brows, and the reason why this is back in my favourites again, because it was in my favourites when I first got it, is because I've also just noticed that I could rub my brows off and they would absolutely stay on. Whereas if I've used other products in the past where, you know, you're getting your hair done or someone's doing something around like the eyebrow area and you're a bit nervous that they're going to smudge them all off and you're going to walk out just looking crazy. But this is it's like eyebrow insurance. And once you put it on, you have to work with it quickly because it dries and it sets, and your eyebrows aren't budging, and it really defines them without looking too rubbish. But you have to like be very careful about what you use to apply it with. I have started using I think it's like a very small eyeshadow brush, but it's for blending like just on your lower lash line. I've been using that, so that works really well. Yeah, so that's MAC Dip Down Fluid Line. Then another thing I've been loving loads is my Zoeva 129 Luxe Fan Brush for the old highlight. I used it today, use it every day. It's the best for highlighting your cheekbones. I don't find this good. I like to use my fingers for my nose just because that's a very small area that I want to highlight, and if I just go like that, it just looks like my whole nose is shining, which is the exact opposite of what I want to do. I want to draw light to the areas in the middle just to make it appear longer, slimmer, whatever. So this is really good. If you're looking for a fan brush, Zoeva is the way to go. What else have I been loving? More MAC products, also Sleek. These two bad boys have been my powder go-to for bronzer and just powder to set my makeup. So this is the MAC Blot Powder in Deep Dark. So it's a pressed powder. I'll open it so you guys can see what it looks like. It sets my makeup really well and it stays for very long, which is not typical of MAC products because I tend to find that they make me more oily than I like to be. But this is really good for blotting, and when I get oily later on in the day, and I've like sort of gotten rid of the excess oil with like a tissue paper, I'll go in with this again, and my makeup looks so fresh. So that's been great. This has been great. This is the Sleek Wood Smoke Pressed Powder, and this is my like drugstore dupe for the Guerlain Terracotta Bronzer. But this is like only $7.99 or something, $6.99. Looks like that. It's the perfect shade for me in terms of a bronzer, because it's got a really warm undertone, and I think that's kind of what my skin likes. What else? I've got Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer in the colour New Medium Deep. I am going to repurchase this, but I'm going to get it in a colour that is slightly darker, because this is too light for me, but it works really well for highlighting, and it is Stay in Place. It really is. I pair this obviously with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, but this is a lot easier to work with. The Double Wear Foundation dries too quickly. It's like you almost need to be like, blah, and then you're done. Like, you can't take your time. So I apply this with a beauty blender, also as part of my everyday makeup look. So Estee Lauder products I'm loving for staying matte. So if you've got really oily skin, I do recommend you try them out. Another oldie but a goodie is the L'Oreal Telescopic Extra Black Mascara. For eyelash having ladies, this is the one. I am in the no eyelash camp, and this makes me look like I actually have some sort of hair growth just around my eyes, which is fantastic. It just elongates them, makes them defined and dark. It's great. It's really great. On the MAC tip, been loving Whirl, the lipstick. As you guys will probably know, Whirl was just a lip liner before, but now they made it into a lipstick. So this is like, this is like Kylie Jenner's like go-to colour. I'll do a swatch on the back of my hand. So I've been loving that, and pairing it with Honey Love or Velvet Teddy, just in the centre, to get a kind of ombre lip look. I've also been loving my Illuminate Nourishing Bruty Oil moisturiser, because it smells bloody amazing. It smells like fruits. I don't know, I'm not even going to attempt to describe it, but it's really good, and it really absorbs into the skin really quickly, so you don't feel like your skin is being weighed down with like loads of moisturiser. If you're African like me, you remember like growing up and like, you know, your parents would be like, yeah, make sure you cream your skin before you go to school so you're not looking ashy, and you'd like get a tub of cocoa butter or Vaseline or whatever it was and just rub it all over your face. Bad idea. Moisturising is good for your skin, but if you have oily skin and you put cocoa butter or something really thick with, or like petroleum jelly in it, you're just going to end up looking like an oily mess. But anyway, back in those days, none of us wore makeup, to be fair anyway, so that wasn't too much of a bother that your face was going to sort of melt off. But I really like that because it's just kind of light, smells amazing, but I feel like it's really absorbing into my skin, and quickly as well. Yeah, so those are all my March favourites. Comment down below and let me know what your March favourites are, so I can get ready to pick up lots of new stuff. I think for my birthday I'm going to treat myself and do a bit of shopping at the end of the month. So let me know what you guys are loving at the moment, and maybe I'll go and pick up some of those bits. Subscribe to my vlog channel if you haven't already. It will be linked in the description box. Come follow me on Insta. It will be on either one of these sides here. And just have a bloody great week, guys. Nothing more to say than that, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
The thrill of having an idea, taking it to market, and then seeing it there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing beats that thrill, because you think to yourself, money you make it. If your business and your idea fills you with pride and joy, and even money, not having money can take that away from you.
Okay. And then moving on from that, so question 12, what do you love the most about being your own boss? What's the best thing about being your own boss, apart from not having to wake up at 6 o'clock every morning on the week? Although you might.
Yeah, but yeah, sure you don't. But sometimes you work long hours. You think your day doesn't even finish really. You have to keep going. Even on Sunday, you have to